Hi everyone, my name is Crystal and my project is called Ethics in Practice, Human versus Machine Judgment in Healthcare. So right here, the healthcare problem I focused on is deciding when human judgment should override AI or algorithmic recommendations in healthcare. I had addressed the target audience, which are healthcare professionals, the AI governance team, and policy or compliance professionals. This matters because AI is used in triage, discharge planning, diagnosis support, scheduling, documentation, and resource allocation. AI can sometimes miss patient context and provide biased responses, which can create safety concerns. This chatbot was built in Base 44 to guide users through healthcare scenarios step by step. It does not replace clinical judgment. Instead, it helps users evaluate the type of decision, risk level, missing context, fairness, and if there should be an override or escalation. The goal is to support safer and more consistent decision making. So this chatbot could improve healthcare delivery by providing safety by helping users identify when AI recommendation may be unsafe. For examples, when the system suggests a high risk condition that an algorithm recognizes. Also, it improves communication because it gives users a structured explanation they can share with care teams, supervisors, or ethics committee. Finally, it supports efficiency by giving clear decision pathway instead of leaving users unsure about whether to follow, question, review, override, or escalate the AI recommendation. This provides support by equity by prompting users to consider whether the algorithm may be missing important access barriers or inequities. Also, there are some limitations um, and future potentials to consider. Limitations is that the chatbot depends on prompt design and available information, so it can miss important clinical information, real-time data, or specific policies. There are also future potential to consider. It can improve by integrating real-time data and enhancing guidance to support complex decision-making while improving human oversight. Here is a QR code that I used for my references. So now I will move the poster to the Base 44 chatbot to show how it works with sample scenarios. Okay. Okay, so for right here, I have these different apps. So in the app, you can click the risk score bias app, for example, and it focuses on situations where the AI system may unfairly rate a patient as low or high risk based on incomplete or biased data. If you click on the discharge recommendations, the app focuses on situations where the AI tool recommends sending a patient home from the hospital or emergency department. The chatbot helps the user decide whether the recommendation is safe or whether human judgment should override it. This is important because the AI may look at a patient's risk score and say they are low risk, but it may miss important details like new confusion, worsening pain, mobility problems, lack of family support, transportation barriers, or patients living alone. The app guides the user step by step by checking the risk level, missing context, patient safety concerns, fairness issues, and whether the case should be followed, reviewed, override, or escalated. Also say I can input one of my previous responses as a sample scenario. For example, let's do this one. So I had put in the scenario in AI hospital, AI is denying ICU admission to a 60-year-old patient because it predicts low survival benefit. The clinician notices that the model does not include recent improvement in the patient's condition, and the patient's family says that the patient previously wanted aggressive treatment. The patient is from a group of historically undeserved by the hospital. Should the recommendation be followed, questioned, reviewed, overridden, or escalated, and explain why? So in this scenario, the they had provided a step-by-step recommendation. Additionally, it presents what the AI recommendation is. The patient, so the recommendation is that it presents an immediate severe risk to the patient's safety due to the failure to the account of the patient's, sorry, this is the other prompt. Right here. The recommend machine recommended is based on incomplete and outdated information regarding the patient's clinical status. It also fails to account for the patient anatomy and carries significant risk of exacerbating health inequities given the patient's background. Following this recommendation without human intervention would risk serious harm. So in other words, it's saying that yes, human judgment should override what the recommendation is. So that's why it displays what the importance is for this chatbot that I created. In conclusion, the chatbot gives healthcare users a step-by-step way to evaluate AI recommendations, identify safety and fairness concerns, and decide when escalation is needed. Human judgment should override AI when there are patient safety concerns. It shows serious harm, discrimination, or missing details. Thank you for my presentation. Bye-bye. I finished right at 10.
Good? Is that good?
No, because I haven't uploaded it.